Okay, so what is freshwater allowance? Freshwater allowance is the number of millimeters by which the mean draft changes when a ship passes from salt water to fresh water, or vice versa when the ship is loaded to the summer displacement. So this is the illustration, no? So when the vessel is in the fresh water, so of course the specific gravity is 1.00, therefore the vessel is submerged. When the vessel is in the salt water, the specific gravity of the salt water is 1.025. So how about if the vessel will go to the brackish water? So brackish water is a mix of salt water and of fresh water, therefore we will call that as a duck water allowance, duck water. So the specific gravity of that is in between of this fresh water and the salt water. So this is the duck water. It is in between of the fresh water and the salt water. So I will give you a sample computation. So in example, so find the deduction of your vessel's freeboard expected to load a cargo in fresh water. Your vessel's displacement is 15,400 tons and the TPI at her summer draft is 52 tons. TPI means tons per inches immersion. Tons per inches immersion. So now, so the formula of this is freshwater allowance equals weight equals 40 times TPI. So this is English system. Okay, since the unit, the required here, the given here is TPI, so we will use this English formula, English system formula. By the way, the 40 is constant. Okay, so I will also show you the formula of a metric system. Metric system formula. So freshwater allowance equals weight divided by 4 times TPC. Okay, so this is tons per centimeter. So if it is TPC, the given is TPC, then we will use this metric system formula. So again, I will use the English system because the given here is TPI. Okay, so let's proceed. So the weight or the displacement is 15,400 tons divided by 40 times what is the TPI? 52 tons. Then the answer is 7.4 inches. Why inches? Because this is TPI. Okay, and we will cancel both tons. So since the given is TPI, tons per inch, so now the unit here is inch. So this is the fresh water allowance. Okay, so next example, we will use the metric system formula. Okay, metric system. Okay, so example, find the displacement of your vessel if the deduction of your vessel's freeboard when loading in fresh water is 18.80 centimeter. Okay, the TPC, now the given here is tons per centimeter immersion. So TPC is 52 tons at summer load draft. So formula here, we will use the freshwater allowance equals weight divided by 4 times TPC. But since we want to find the displacement, so we want to find the displacement, so we need to transpose the formula. So this is the formula. Weight equals TPC times 4 times fresh water allowance. So now, so we already transposed the formula. So since we need the displacement or the weight, so the TPC here is 18.80 centimeter, times 4, again 4 is constant, then times TPC is 52 tons. So the answer is, wait a moment, the answer is, calculator, 18, so 18.8 times 4 times 52 equals, the answer is 3,910.4 tons. Since why tons? Because we are looking for the weight or the displacement. So weight, so tons. So we could not use the centimeter, because again we are looking for displacement. This is weight or displacement, so this is tons. So next, next is dark water allowance. So dark water allowance is the of a ship is the number of millimeters by which the mean draft changes when a ship passes from salt water to dark water, or vice versa, when the ship is loaded to the summer displacement. So again, if the water, the ship is from the salt water going to the brackish water, then we will use the formula of the dark water allowance. So here is again an example of dark water allowance. So if the freshwater allowance of your vessel at a summer draft is 8 inches, then find the dark water allowance if the density of water is 10-15. So density of water is given already. So now the formula is dark water allowance equals fresh water allowance times D, this is difference in density, divided by 25. So now this is the freshwater allowance is 8 inches, times 10. Why 10? Because she is coming from the salt water going to brackish water, or dark water, So there is a difference in water density. Since we all know that the water density of salt water is 1025, and then the given density of the dark water is 10-15, so the difference is 10. That's why this is 10, difference in density. So divided by 25. Okay, this is constant, so the answer is 3.2 inches. Okay, so inches, because we are looking for an allowance, duck water allowance, so it could not be tons or whatsoever, but is inches. And since there is no given centimeter here, so again we will use inches. Okay, so now another example. Okay, another example of the duck water allowance. So displacement of your vessel is 10,000, sorry, this is 10,000 tons. Okay, am I correct? 10,000 tons, and then the TPI, tons per immersion, is 50. Okay, difference in density is 12. The difference in density is 12. Find the immersion. So now we will going to find the immersion. So before we find the weight, the duck water allowance. Now we will going to find the immersion. So if the freshwater allowance is not given, so we will use again the English system. So English system is immersion equals weight times difference in density divided by 1000 times TPI. So the weight or the displacement is 10,000 tons times difference in density is 12. Okay, divided by 1000. Okay, 1000 times 50 tons. Okay, so 50 tons, the answer is 2.4 inches. Cancel. So immersion, so we need inches. That's the reason why the unit is inches. Okay, so that's all.